Hello and welcome back to another video. Today is going to be the video I film on the Chinese Soviet Republic. That's today's video. Right, if you do like this video, please like, subscribe and turn your post notifications on when you do subscribe so you never miss another upload from me. Now with that out of the way, shall we get into the game? I think we shall. Forgot that auto-saved. That was the game I played yesterday. Luckily it doesn't matter because we will play a new version of it. And by the way, when I say yesterday, it's yesterday's video, but it was filmed an hour or two ago. It's currently up and I'm just waiting to go out because currently it is almost 3 PM on the 22nd of November. So that's fun. And obviously I'm pre-recording this because the day this comes out is a Sunday and it's the day I'm at the Walthamstow Pump House Museum, so obviously I'm not going to be able to film as much, if at all, because I do not have the time to film, edit and post, because I won't be here much of the day. So obviously I film in advance of said day. Now, we're obviously playing the Chinese Soviet Republic. We're going to do something slightly different in this review. Because obviously I sort of started a sort of precedent in the last episode, which I did on China. We are going to do a lot of trying to actually do the focus tree, but we're not going to do it the normal way. We're going to basically cheat our way through the focus tree, get all the taking territories bits, and we're just going to basically go and take stuff as and when we see fit. So that is the idea. So there will be a lot of console commands in this game. So be prepared for that, and yeah, make sure you are aware that that's going to happen in this video. And now, my computer might lag a bit here on my PC, just simply because the more I play HOI4, the more save games there are, and I keep forgetting to clean the rest of them out, that I don't need anymore, and it just keeps adding stuff on my PC, and yeah, my PC could probably use with a bit of more space added to it. Now that is a plan on my thing, my radar to do. However, currently haven't done that. But I think possibly before the new year I will be trying to do that. My only there's two major issues. One, money. It's going to cost a bit to fix my PC up, which I knew it was. That's why I've sort of been putting it off. And two, it's going to delay videos massively. To the point where HOI4 videos are effectively going to stop for probably about a week while I've not got my PC, while it's being fixed, or a couple of days, whatever amount of time it is. And if people still want videos, I can film videos the old way I used to do it, which was with my phone, filming my monitor. I can do that for my Xbox and just give you some like FC25 or FC26 games, whatever, if you want that sort of style of content, just for that period. But I would rather not do that. I mean, I'd like to pre-record them and upload them, but we'll see how things go and we'll see how things develop and all that lovely jazz. But yeah, just something that needs doing at some point. I mean, there are quite a few things that need doing at some points. But that's obviously a big one because my PC is not exactly wanting to do much at the minute anyway. But we can probably repair that at some point. Now I do believe as soon as we go to war with the nationalists here, we get a bunch more generals. We are going to obviously try and keep a lot of the generals who are survivors of the Long March, because they're more likely to be allies of communism than some who don't have that. So effectively we're just trying to keep the ones that we know are safe to us in power, and the ones we know are maybe more on the fence, a bit further away from power, let's put it that way. I've never actually opened this focus tree since the new DLC launched, so I don't have a clue what on earth I'm supposed to be doing here. So I'm just sort of seeing how it looks as we go. So we've got Burn the Paper Tigers, and we can go to the Bolshevik side of things. I don't really know where to go on this one, to be fair. I think the best option we've got is to just click Territorial Expansion and see where to go. This says, know the enemy and not really. I mean, to be fair, right? You've got what? One... Oh, you got a few down that way. Like secure Taiwan, reclaim Tibet, subjugate Korea, dare to win, dare to struggle, some of those lovely things. But they, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it can also be accessed from the March to Victory. I think that's also Mongolia. Yes, okay, so I'm thinking that, you know, Stalinization, cool, you know, it is what it is, but from a point of where to go from here, I reckon the best option we've got is to go down the unwilling diarchy and go down that sort of idea. From there you can either go through Soviet battle tactics or the battle behind enemy lines. I think personally I would go down the battle behind enemy lines, simply because I feel like that'll do us better. So that's what we're going to do in this video, is we're going to go down the battle behind enemy lines and choose that side, and we're going to keep with Mao Zedong. Obviously you can play this any way you want to at home. I'm just going to play it this way, and we'll maybe play it the other ways in the future on this channel. We'll play a proper series of this as well. Now we'll turn off that filter here. There you go, you can see it's off now. And what we'll do here is, instead of having to wait around for hundreds upon hundreds of days, we're just going to basically quick run through all the focuses. So we'll put focus freedom here, which allows us to do any focus we want at any point. So we'll go down here, go down know the enemy. We need to do the eastward expansion, or expedition, sorry, and then we need to do the westward expansion as well. Then the internal enemy here as well, and then finally develop the Yunnan Soviet, which we'll do here as well. And now I feel like we weren't supposed to do that quite yet. That possibly was not supposed to have been done yet, but that's okay. Then we'll do the unwilling diarchy. And then that is good there. Now we will push back along here. Usurp control of Yunnan. We'll do that, and then maybe that might be good. Then we'll do 8 points for attention. Restore territorial integrity. We'll... yeah, anyway. We'll wait on them. We want to get down... we'll do mobilization of the people, gain the people's trust, and bring war to the neighbouring warlords. Promote regular army we can do, and then we'll do this one as well. Where does this push us towards, is what I want to know. Okay, so I'm presuming that's backing... yeah, that's the one we want to do. The Soviet side of this is more for Zhang-Getao, I want to say. And obviously we are going to very much be balanced on the fact of Mao Zedong and trying to keep him in power and keep him as our leader, to lead us into the future and our massive campaign that we will be doing here. Obviously we can do quite a few focuses here. We're going to do Mao Zedong Ascends here. because obviously we want to keep him in power. And then we'll start to push down the focus tree here, and just do a bunch of focuses as quickly as we can, so that we can get to war as quickly as possible. Preemptive strike against China. Be quite interesting if we go to war with Canada for some reason, which we can't, just so everyone's aware. It's not part of the focus tree that I know of. Assume leadership. There we go, and then we could reach out to the west or closer ties to the Soviet Union. I don't really want to do either. But we do need to go through one of them. I think personally, let's start with the right hand side of this part. We can either do emergency production protocols or emergency supply protocols. I think we're going to do production, because I feel like that'll help us a bit more. Then reach out to the west or closer ties to the Soviet Union. I feel we should possibly, I'm going to separate a bit away from the Soviets here. Obviously you can choose a different path if you're doing this at the same time. I'm just doing random at this point, just to see what would happen and just have a little fun with it at the same time. To support the army, we'll do here every peasant a soldier, and then we'll go the march to victory, and then we can now do some more things down here. We can either do towards one China, allow autonomous regions, or seek peaceful reunification. So this one allows us to go to war immediately, which, let's be honest, I have no intention of doing, because why would we want to go to war with China immediately? Or we can annex them. I think towards one China is probably better here, because allow autonomous regions. Yeah, it's towards one China is what I'm going to do here. Obviously you can choose different at home. And then the People's Republic, we won't do yet, but we will do at some point in the future. We'll turn off the focus thing we're working with in a minute, and then we'll do the expel the occupiers thing in the background. Now we've got some war goals, we can get to war and see what happens here. We'll assign them to him as well. Now we can apparently, give or take whether this actually works, do some expansions here. We need more command power and political power, so we'll give ourselves some more of that. As you can see there, we'll give ourselves some command power and political power, and that way we can effectively begin a war with anyone who we decide so to choose. So we'll start a war with them. Now we will forcibly remove that, improve worker conditions here, and institute a press censorship here as well. So that's good. What's this about? Cannot read defense. Okay, so I need more command power apparently. There's some more command power. Wait, you can do raids? Like with troops? What? Are they okay? I didn't know you could do troop raids now. Well, that's new. That is definitely a new feature. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's a new feature. Right, we are going very slowly here because I forgot to turn up the speed to 4 times speed. I do apologize. We're going to research all here. We're just going to basically make us win this war. And there you go. That's that there. allies with the Shandong clique, which is good, and we should win this border conflict pretty quickly here, meaning we should gain some more territory quickly as well. Zhang Guotao leaving the Communist Party. Okay. I mean, that was probably expected, to be fair, because we had sort of ousted them from power in a sense. Okay. Quite a few people are rejecting our offer. Not sure what our offer was, but they've rejected it nonetheless. Which obviously isn't good. Oh, it was basically to join our faction. Okay. So only one person joined it. That was someone who we have no land bridge with. Well, that's fun. As if we needed that one. We're doing pretty well here in the border conflict, which is good as well to see. Because obviously it's good to do well on that front. As much as we can do. Because we need to make sure we get that done as quickly as possible here. In order to keep the advance going. And to keep the push going. And we've got two allies which we share no sort of land bridge with, which is exactly what I wanted to do today. I don't really think I was being truthful there. That was definitely a joke. Yeah, not good. We need to train as many troops here as we can, as is physically possible, to be fair. So we'll just train up as many as possible, and get them deployed as quickly as possible as well, because that is important, to get as many troops out, so that we can continue the fight towards our goals. And we're advancing quite quickly here on the border war. We should have, once we get to like 90, which we've just reached there, it's practically in our hands to win it at that point. There you go. So we have conquered that territory. What I would like to see is, like, once you take a territory, let's say they have like 6 troops fighting a border war with us, right? Ideally, if we've conquered the territory, we've moved in and taken it, which is effectively what the suggestion is, I think then, arguably, you should get the troops, those 6 troops that were fighting against you, should now become yours, and you should have them as ability to use them and do whatever you want with them. That's what I think should happen. I think that'd be pretty funny. Also, I think if you're in a border war and you lose the border war, I think you should either get a penalty where, like, industry or whatever in the state that you're fighting the border war out of gets basically nerfed, or, you know, something along the lines of maybe they take a bit of territory off you, whatever the situation is. I think would be good to sort of see, and yeah, I think it'd be pretty funny. We're just going to infiltrate basically everyone here, because simply why not? We may as well infiltrate whoever we can. We're also going to see if we can push down here, and take the territory from them here as well. This might work, this might also not work, but we shall see in a moment whether it does or doesn't work here. And the main idea we have here is effectively we're just trying to fight ourselves out of our territory and just take some more territory. And yeah, as I was saying, I think it'd be pretty funny if once you were to win a border conflict, you could take all the troops in the other zone, or, you know, something along those lines once you actually take it. Or you could take like an air force that's in the state or whatever. I think would be pretty funny, and, you know, would be more of an incentive to do it instead of going to war with everyone. You would have patience and go to border wars. I think that'd be much sort of more fun way of playing the game necessarily. We can deploy all of them here, so that's 17 brand new divisions here, which will assign here to bring him up to 21 divisions, and then we'll see what else we can get done here. We can then infiltrate some new territories here, and finally to the final expansion for the moment. And we can start assaulting here, which would be good. We'll just merge these spare divisions back into the main unit, and there you go, our strength has grown again, and we've taken even more territory than we had before we started Border Wars. Right, so we'll take some more territory up here, or we'll just infiltrate some more territory is what I meant to say. So we're infiltrating some more stuff, and hopefully soon we'll be able to begin to go to war again, which would be quite nice. Hopefully they allow us to border war again, otherwise we should have a war goal against someone like Shaanxi, right? Yes, we do. We have a war goal with basically everyone. Right, that's nice. We'll keep them as a separate thing, and we'll just use the two of them combined to push in here towards Shaanxi and basically take Shaanxi out, and gain us some more territory here instead. So that's what we'll do here. Move the troops up, and we'll get to work in a moment. Right, now we get to crack back on. I'm just going to turn some lights on so I can actually see, because, well, it's currently 20 minutes past 3 and it's getting dark and it's raining and it's miserable. And yeah, it really does feel quite miserable in the UK, especially now in London. It's not pleasant. Or at least the area of London I'm in. So yeah, it's winter. It ain't expecting much. I wish I was in the snow though. Like, there was snow up north in like Yorkshire and stuff, and I really wish I was in that, because, you know, it's one thing about it being cold, but if it's cold and snowing, then at least it's justified the cold, you know. Or at least that's my way of looking at it. If it's snowing, at least the cold is justified because you're getting something like a reward or a sort of visual thing of like, oh yeah, that's what the cold's for, out of it. But when it's just cold, wet, rainy, and there's nothing much happening beyond that, it's a bit like, well, what's actually, like, why is it so cold? So I believe that once you infiltrate them, yes, once you infiltrate a state 3 times, when you go to war with the nation, they become yours instantly, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think. Just going to go back up the console command list and put some more console command power in, so that we can get started again in a minute. We'll keep the offensive moving here, but obviously we have some more states to infiltrate here, like Gansao, Wuwei, Golong, Haishe, Joygan, Alxa, Sichuan, and Gannan. Now I obviously want to flip them 3 times. I want to do all of the infiltrate 3 times over, which is 90 days for each state. Once I do it 3 times for each one, then they will flip if we go to war, which effectively just means every single state on the border, I just need to infiltrate, flip them, go to war with them, and then effectively, basically, they have nothing left, which would be quite nice. So that's the sort of idea that I have with that sort of system, which might work, it might not. We shall see here in a minute. We got some more states to infiltrate here. We're going to keep the infiltrations going because as long as we keep building that up, we should be good and in a good position as well. We will launch sabotage campaigns here. We're going to keep infiltrating places like Beijing, Hebei, and Hebei Chahar in order to keep the infiltration level high, and upon our side, in the event of war, it will obviously flip towards us and obviously be a bit cheaper if we want to take it in a peace deal, which obviously is a good thing of it as well. If you don't manage to flip it to your side at the beginning of war, you do manage to get it cheaper in a peace conference if you've at least got a level 1 infiltration on them, which I think is quite good because they sort of made it so, you know, if you don't get the full, you know, success of it, at least it still gives you some sort of benefit, which I think is quite nice of them to do. By them I mean Paradox, because it gives you still an incentive to do it, even if you don't manage to get it fully flipped to your side before you start a war with them. At least you still gain something from them in some sort of aspect, which I think is quite nice in general. Now obviously I'm realizing there's probably like 4 minutes left of this video. We will definitely do a series on Communist China at some point, or the Chinese Soviet Republic, and do a proper run through. However, this is just more of like a let's just show what they have to offer type of a run through, and I'm very impressed with it, and I think it's quite cool, and it's quite a nice thing that they've got, so very good. We're about to have nations on 2 out of 3. I would continue to have, you know, continue this video through until we get people on 3 out of 3. However, we are going to do that in the future series that we do with the Soviet Republic of China, which will not be in today's video. It will be in the future. We'll do that here. Obviously they take 30 days here, then they pop up again once they're finished and you can start them again. Hopefully 30 days goes pretty quickly here. That's Shaanxi capitulated. That's very cheap for the States, to be fair, like very cheap. 8 and 4 is not bad at all, but we'll take Shaanxi out here, and that gives us a lot of new territory, which is quite good to see. And we'll keep the clock ticking as quickly as we can, come on, so that we can get through as quickly as we possibly can to taking as many of these states as possible. We'll just click all them here. We need to put some more political power in. Right, we'll do that here. I effectively want to show one of them effectively being switched sides in a minute here, because I think that'd be pretty cool to see, is a nation switching sides. So we've got 23 days. Oh, let's see if we can make it. I'd quite like to see just even a state switch sides to me. I'm believing that we could have anyone here realistically. It will probably be, yes, it will be the I can't even pronounce that, but yeah, effectively we're going to take one of the states and bring it across to our side here, in the hopes that obviously you will take a bit, join us at the start of war, and the other one should be a bit cheaper as well, so that's good. But we'll see if we can get it by the end of this video. We only have 13 days in game left. This video might be 32-33 minutes long. I do apologise, but I want to show this feature just to try and get it in the video, just to display it and show it working, or at least that's the hope anyway. Give or take some, we will hope this works. I should probably move troops onto the border, to be fair, because that'd be smart, wouldn't it? Right, we'll move them on to the border here. Yes, this video is definitely going to go over half an hour, because it's currently half an hour, and we've still got something that we want to do in the video. So it's definitely going to go over half an hour here. But there is one last thing I want to get in this video, and then the video will be wrapping up. But one more thing, 4 days in game. Come on, game. We have 3 days left in game. Oh, this is going to be tight here. Can we get it done quickly? 1 day in game. Okay. Here we go. It should be on 3 here. I'm hoping the level is on 3. There you go. It is completed. I'm just going to see it pops back up again. It doesn't. Right. Let's have a look and see if this works. Could work, might not. Who knows? We'll see in a second. So apparently, if we declare war here, which you'll see me doing here, apparently that state should. Oh yeah, it does. Oh, it does indeed. Yeah, so the answer is doing that is very helpful. And it achieves a lot. It even gives you troops. Wow. Okay. I didn't expect it to give troops. Right. So to my earlier point of they should give you troops once you take a territory in a border war, turns out if you just infiltrate a state, go to war with them, it does exactly that. So at least they've included that mechanic, and I do apologise to Paradox for underestimating their ability to do these sort of things. I am sorry, but it appears that they are very skilled at building these things and doing them. So thank you, Paradox, for that. And obviously, with that being shown that does work, that is obviously the end of this video. If you did like this video, please like, subscribe, and turn your post notifications on when you subscribe, so you never miss another upload from me. And I hope to see you all in tomorrow's video, which will be the 24th, and we will be doing either the Philippines or Manchukuo, one of the two of them, and sort of having a look and getting a review of them post the new DLC. So with that being said, hope to see you all tomorrow for the next HOI4 video. Bye for now.